Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today is 29th August 2010. We are starting Marefatul Nafs Group B. So, Marefatul Nafs 1, you are MNC 1. Remember, you are MNC 1 Group B. And we want to see what it is. Basically, Marefatul Nafs means what? Nafs means self. When we say nafs, you say self. Okay? So, whenever we say Marefat means knowing. So, knowing self. Basically, Marefatul Nafs is knowing self. Is it? Yes?
Yes.
Or it is... No? It's not easy? Knowing self. It means knowing yourself. To know yourself. Is it difficult? Is it difficult? So, please don't answer me irrelevant. Answer me only relevant when I ask. Because we are not here to joke and laugh. We are here to learn. You agree?
Yeah.
What was your name?
Alam.
Alim?
Yes.
Alim. What a nice name. Beautiful. So Alim, we are here to learn. So there are times that I leave it for laughing and things. But when I teach, we must be serious to learn. So Marefatul Nafs means knowing yourself. And this is one of the most important knowledges that Imam Ali alayhi salam has said. Imam Ali alayhi salam has said, nothing is more important than knowing ourselves. Of course, it's very simple even in understanding, because you are living a long life, inshallah, 70, 80, 90 years. But you have to know yourself, don't you? If you don't know yourself, how are you going to live in this house, in this world? So let's go and see what Imam Ali alayhi salam has said about knowing self. Knowing self in the words of Imam Ali alayhi salam. Basically, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, we human beings, listen, just to make you a bit relief you, I upload these audio clips. So for future, you don't have to just keep taking notes, because otherwise you lose my talk. I upload it, and you can download it in your computer at home, and then you can listen to it again if you have the concern of not learning. So I want your attention rather than your writing. I want your 100% focus and attention to what I say. Okay. Before I say this, maybe I better say, though I said it a little bit, but I reiterate, I repeat it. Why do we have to learn Marefatul Nafs? What's wrong with it? What about the other people who don't know Marefatul Nafs? Are they any worse than me? If we do not know Marefatul Nafs, that means if we do not know ourselves, then we do not know how to, we have to treat our different desires, different things that we want and we need. Because you don't know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you cannot handle that. Plus that, there is nothing more important than knowing yourself. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, even when it comes in Ahya nights, tonight is going to be an Ahya night, right? What do you think is the best and most rewarding ibadat for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What do you think it is? You tell me. It's one of the very top ones. Asa, very good answer. There is nothing more rewarding in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on every ahya night, on any important night, to get the learning about yourself. Although Quran is definitely very important, but they are not colliding. You can recite Quran as well as put some time for learning. You agree? So, masalan, if I upload it to this lecture tonight, for next ahya night, not tonight, in 2 days, on Tuesday night, Tuesday night, if you take half an hour of that or 1 hour of that and listen to this audio clip that I'm talking about it now, you have done a great sawab and ibadah. Don't take it easy. This is in many verses of Quran says that many ahadith and stories from Imam Masumin alayhi salam says there is nothing more important than knowing. Okay? Alright. Now, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, we in us, please listen, We in us, although we are only one person, but we have got 4 different self in us, 4 souls. That is called soul. S-O-U-L. S-O-U-L, or another translation of it, I say self. So we have got 4 types of souls in us. But we are not 4 people, don't take me wrong. All of this I will ask question about in the writing, in the questionnaire. So we are not more than one person. We are one person, but we have 4 souls in us. Okay? So one soul we have is plantic soul. What is plant? Everyone knows what is plant?
Yes.
What is plant? What is plant?
Nature. Is it something that grows?
Something that grows. Ahsan, very well. Something which grows. So in us we all have plantic soul. That is how our body grows. If we did not have the plantic soul, our body wouldn't grow. Right? So we need the plantic soul to keep our body growing, and you know that there are a lot of things is happening within our plantic soul. That all those cells, if some of you, if you have read, you have studied biology in the school, that all those cells die and more goes away, and then new cell is being born in us. They are all work of plantic soul. So you see how important is plantic soul? Do you think, is it possible that human being does not have a plantic soul? Is it possible? No, it's not possible. Deljan, what was your name, Deljan? Delaga, sorry. Delaga, is it possible to have a human being not having plantic soul?
No.
It's not possible. Otherwise, if he doesn't have plantic soul, his body does not grow. So this is very simple, as simple as this. So plantic soul is what makes your body grow. But Imam Ali alayhi salam has said you have another soul, which is called animal soul. So we have animal in us. Yes, true. Insan, human being, is also an animal at the same time. So what does animal soul do?
Is it animals don't think before they do something?
No. You're very right, but that's not answer to this question. You're very right. Ahsan, very good, Zarikha.
Is it our senses like touching?
MashaAllah. Where have you learned this?
Saturday school.
MashaAllah. You very good, very good. You're learning very good. What did you say? Now, okay, the question was, what does our animal soul do? We have also an animal soul. Our animal soul makes us live that life that we have. Basically, is the animal soul, work of animal soul. That breathing and you being in this world is the work of your animal soul. But by which, later on I'll go through to what you said. So what was your name? Shazia. Yeah, okay. You excuse me, I keep asking your name. I may ask you 10 more times because I forget, and there are other people there, so I'm not very good at names. So Shazia, yes, what you said about the 5 senses, that we smell, taste, touch, see, hear, they're all the works of animal soul, but we go down to it later on. So what does the animal soul do? It keeps us alive. Life, it gives you life. You agree? Simple? Simple? What was your name? Hania. Very beautiful name, Hania. So Hania, what does a plantic soul do for us?
It helps us lead our life.
No. Animal or plantic soul? What does a plantic soul do?
It helps us grow.
Ahsan. What does our animal soul do?
Keeps us alive.
Keeps us alive. Beautiful. Ahsan. They're all very smart, clever people here. Unlike them, they are very lazy. They don't tell me, answer my questions as quick as you do. They don't understand as good as you do. So, what we said, Imam Ali said, we have got 4 souls. What about the 3rd soul?
Intellectual soul.
MashaAllah. Where have you been learning these things? Have you been in MNC one?
The first week.
First week. Last week? But it's still, the last one. But I see that you learn it, they still remember that. That's very good, because they don't remember a lot of things I had told them. So mashallah, you're better than, so much better than. Do you guys want me to put, you know that you are in a competition, right? Yes. Team by team. But do you want all of us as a group B compete with group A as well?
Yep.
Make that a competition too? No. It's not. You're not competing in the same question. You compete in your own way.
Yes, yes.
You see who gets better mark as a whole, Group A or Group B. Do you want me to announce it to them? When I finish, I announce it to them that we also have a competition between Group A and Group B. Let's see. I want you guys to beat them. They are really very arrogant. Yes.
But we're not going to do in groups like this.
No, they're the same thing. But what I do is I put all your marks together and put their marks together and see whose mark is better. Okay? So I want you guys help me because I favor your group. Why I favor your group? Because I'm more friendly with the younger people than older ones. Okay? They are arrogant. They have a lot of other stuff. I don't want to talk behind them. I'm fasting, so my fast goes away if I do qibat about them. Okay? But so we do a competition with them as well. Group B and Group A. Alright? So, the third nafs or the third soul we have, what is that called? Intellectual. Intellectual means what? Yes.
Knowledge?
No, wait. Intellectual. The name of that intellectual soul. Intellectual soul is the soul of human. So put it simple, human soul or intellectual soul. Very good. I'm so happy. I was really afraid when I was coming to this class. I didn't know how to make you understand these things, but you're so far much better than what I thought. Yes.
Can I say an example?
You say an example? You are giving an example or you ask me to give an example? You give an example.
It's like saying, I want to study,
Yes?
raise money, help poor people. That's what intellectual soul does.
Yes? What is that?
It's intellectual.
Ahsan, that will be understood by intellectual soul. Very good, Zarikha. Beautiful. Very beautiful example. So, the intellectual soul, the human soul. Let's now see what does human soul do for us. We learned what plantic soul do for us. Makes us grow. Keep our body fit, right? What our animal soul does, makes us live that life that we have, that's from animal soul. What does our human soul do?
It separates us from animals.
That's very true. That's very true.
Like think.
That's very true. Very good. Ahsan, Shazia.
Shazia.
Very good, Shazia. But in simplest word, the answer, your answer is correct. But the way I want you to learn it is this way that I will say now. That human soul keeps us close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Human soul does not take you any close to Allah. Plantic soul does not take you close to Allah. But human soul makes you close to Allah. So with the human soul, we can do things that makes us close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You understand? Simple? So what is human soul? Human soul is what? Keeps you close to Allah. Ahsan. What? We said human soul is the third soul that Imam Ali alayhi salam talks about. He has given us the human soul, which what do we do with it? We can get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that's the work of human soul. So far we have named 3 souls. What are those 3 souls? Tell me one. What was the first one? No, I asked. Sorry? Ahsan, good. Sorry, I have to ask your name again. My apologies. Hania, yes, that very beautiful name. I really love this name, Hania. So we have got the first soul we have is plantic soul. What does plantic soul do for us? Grows, good. What was the second soul? Yes. What is your name? Nadia. Beautiful name. These are all good names here. Nadia, we have animal soul. Who knows what does animal soul do for us? No, not you. You? Help us live. Good. What is your name? Rokhshala. Ahsan. Very good name. All good names are here. Rokhshala. So the third soul, what is the third soul we have? Or intellectual or? Ahsan. Intellectual or human soul. What is the name? Atfe. Merci Atfe. Thank you very much Atfe. So far we have said 3 souls. The fourth soul is called, you don't know, I have not said it yet. Don't guess. The fourth soul is called universal soul. You do not even understand, right? Universal soul. What is universal soul? Universal soul is the soul. Please remember, learn that. Universal soul is the soul which is closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The universal soul is the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So while human soul helps us get close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, universal soul is the soul that is very close. It's in the neighborhood of Allah. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah. If we say, as just for example, say, if Allah is here, universal soul is here, just neighbor of Allah. So we have got such a high soul in us. We have to do a lot of work to reach there. Of course, this is something that we can become, depending on how good a person is. The better we become in our human soul, we get close to our universal soul. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Please listen to this example. Of course, these are not physical, but only for example we use physical. Let's say Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in this level. Okay? Then universal soul is this level, is in this level, top. That means soul is in the vicinity and is the neighborhood of Allah. After this universal soul is human soul. Human soul is lower than the universal soul. After this universal, lower than universal soul is what? Ahsan, animal soul. Lower than animal soul is? Plantic soul. So as you see, the different souls we have, the closer to Allah we go. So if so for instance, when we're just made in the mother's womb, our plantic soul is made at that time. When this plantic soul grows our body, gradually when we become 4 months in the mother's womb, we become an animal at that time. So that means we get closer to Allah one step. We come from the plantic soul, we become, our animal soul comes. You have all heard that in the mother's womb, the baby after 4 months gets ruh in it, right? It gets soul and spirit. That is exactly when the animal soul is made. So when we are born into this world, when we get born, immediately our human soul is being made at that time. Right? And when we have become very good human, we work hard, we make ourselves close to Allah, we get close to our universal soul. That universal soul is in the neighborhood of Allah. Right? Who can tell me now one question and I give 1 mark to the person? No, sorry, 1 mark is too much. Half a mark, 0.5 mark to the person who can give me the answer. Who has reached to its highest universal soul? Yes, Anya. Yes, Zulaikha. So why did you raise your hand if you did not know the answer? Okay, I said question is, who on the whole creation because okay, we have got universal soul, but we have not reached to these levels, right? We have to work. But because there are people who when they pass through the animal soul, they go to human soul. There are people who do not even become a good human. They fall down to the animal soul side. Even worse than animal. Like who? Like Saddam. You all know Saddam? All those enemies of Allah. They're even less than animal. But when we reach to the human soul, we work, then we get to the universal soul. If someone works in the universal soul, it goes higher and becomes neighbor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Who has reached to this top neighboring of Allah? Who? Ahsan, Imams and Prophets. Very good answer. A lot salawat for her. Allahumma salla ala Muhammad. What's your name? Mahdi. MashaAllah Mahdi. Please write her name down. 0.5 mark extra for your good answer. Maybe some other of you may knew the answer, but inshallah in the next questions. Okay, so what we said, let me see why these guys are. Those 4 souls that we discussed. So we have got 4 souls. Plantic. What does a plantic do? Grow. What is the other soul you have? And what does animal soul do, Hanya? Very good. Helps us live our life. Honestly, you are learning things that even our grown-ups don't know. What is the third soul we have? Delaga? Human soul. Yes. What does human soul do? Close to Al-Ahsan. What is the fourth soul we have? Universal soul. Beautiful. What does universal soul do? Universal soul is the neighbor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? Makes us neighbor of Allah. So universal soul makes us neighbor of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You agree? You understand? Do you think you have learned very good things? Yes? Do you know, if I tell you don't believe it, go and ask anyone who wants. Do you know what you just learned? I swear to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that I know that. And I keep responsible myself for what I said if it's any untruth in it. What you just learned, if you practice it so that it sinks in your mind, you have the sawab, the reward of it is not less than reading one Quran, the whole, full of Quran. Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know what you just learned? The reward, the sawab of it in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is more than one khatm Quran, one full, finished, complete recitation of Quran. It's very important. This does not mean recitation of Quran has not value. It means knowledge is the most important thing. Because once you gain the knowledge, then you understand Quran. This knowledge helps you understand Quran.